The richest people in Florida just vanished. Not retired, not downsized, not moved to a private island. They vanished. And they vanished into a neighborhood so hidden that most Floridians will never hear the name, never see the gate, and never get within 200 feet of a single home in that neighborhood. And this place is not on the coast. This place is not on the intercoastal. It's not even near a marina. It's buried miles inland behind forests, lakes, cameras, and ex-military security. And what's happening inside this secret zone is already reshaping the entire South Florida housing map. Today, you are going to see where the billionaires went, why they went there, and how you can profit from the ripple effects that are now hitting Boca, Delray, and West Boynton Beach. Hello friends, my name is Chris Igoe. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. If you are a returning viewer, I appreciate your participation in our journey. And right now, we're just gonna jump right into it. For decades, the rich competed for ocean views. Palm Beach was old money. Miami Beach was for the nightlife crowd. Fisher Island was for the global elite. But that era is over. And inside this community, homes sit on massive 2 to 10 acre lots. Every property is surrounded by thick trees. There are only a few dozen estates in the entire community. Every sale is off market. Every visitor is vetted, and every entrance is secured by armed guard, mostly ex-military. And I wanted to test that hypothesis, so I did drive up and try to get into the community today using and name dropping the mega agent who represents every property that's sold in that community, who we do know each other, but I wouldn't describe us as friends. However, while the attendant or the security guard was very friendly, she definitely was not ex-military. And for a second, I thought I almost had her, but she sniffed me out and I was not allowed entry into the community, which is exactly what these wealthy elite people want. So good for them. Security, check. Because let's face it, I can't afford to buy a home in that neighborhood anytime soon. And to be clear, this is not a luxury neighborhood. This is a high net worth extinction shelter. And the moment that billionaires began moving there, an entire new migration pattern formed. But by and large, the public still has no idea that this place even exists. And that is exactly what the billionaires who live there want. For years, billionaires' purchases went completely unreported. Hedge fund owners, CEOs, energy drink founders all slipped in quietly. Until one day recently, a very famous A-list actor made a move that insiders could no longer ignore. Not Palm Beach, not Star Island, not Golden Beach. He bought miles inland where there's no ocean, no marinas, no crowds, no noise, no Instagram moments, no gotcha moments, no paparazzi, which probably begs the question, why? Because a lot of people would think that billionaires would want that waterfront, intercoastal, ocean lifestyle living in Manalapan. But that's not what they want. This was a protection purchase. And once that deal hit private market circles, every major wealth advisor and celebrity handler and family office took notice that inland migration wasn't a trend. It was a massive paradigm shift. And here's the hard truth. South Florida's coastline has become unavailable for the ultra rich. Security threats are everywhere. Drones are everywhere. Boats drifting too close and invading their privacy is essentially everywhere. Jet skiers filming backyards, paparazzi with their 600mm lenses, fans showing up uninvited, and that wreaked insurance chaos. And premiums have doubled, tripled, or become outright unavailable, period. And then you factor in flood and storm risk. Every climate model points to increased storm intensity, which thankfully we dodged the bullet this year, but how long can our luck last? It's been a long time since we got hit by a whammy, and none of this smart money wants to be insecure in their home with a major climate risk or a major hurricane very likely on next year's calendar. So they're opting to avoid it completely. And when you're on the water and you have no control over who decides to boat up or jet ski up or paparazzi up or drone up, you've got absolutely no control of your property getting viral exposure. One idiot takes a video of your backyard and it can be clipped, uploaded, and viewed by 8 million strangers overnight. And your private piece of tranquility on the Florida coastline is absolutely gone instantly, because unfortunately you simply lose a lot of control when you are in those coastal settings. So as you might suspect, how many billionaires do you think really want that? And I'll answer it for you. Absolutely none. Zero, zilch, nada. No bueno if you're looking to maintain security and privacy. So the smart money did what smart money does, and they protected themselves. They decided to build a new kind of wealth bunker, which is inland, invisible, and tightly controlled. And that's where everything gets very interesting. The ripple effect is where the real money is made. And here's what almost nobody seems to understand. The biggest profits and the biggest profit opportunities are not inside this billionaire compound. They're in the neighborhoods which surround it. Because when ultra wealthy families relocate, everything around them transforms. Private schools expand. Boutique fitness and wellness studios appear, high-end restaurants and shops follow, infrastructure upgrades roll in, inventory tightens, and the demographics shift upward. And the neighborhoods, which are within a 3 to 7 mile radius, begin appreciating faster than the broader market. And those are the markets that I primarily service. So in Boca and Delray, that means communities like Boca Bridges, already one of the fastest appreciating areas in Palm Beach County, will trade higher. And so will 7 Bridges, and so will the Bridges. But there is a massive opportunity for appreciation in these surrounding neighborhoods, which is why I drove past them and also tried to create a GPS map to track exactly where I'm going so you can see where all these neighborhoods are. I just hope the technology worked. So if it's not there, you just know the app sucks. And then from there, you've got Lotus and Lotus Palm, as well as Lotus Edge, which is what they're building right now. Ultra modern, high privacy, perfect for affluent inbound buyers. Also close by, you've got the Oaks, which is traditional luxury, strict access control, huge upside. And in case you're wondering, right now I'm in Delray Marketplace, which is around the corner from the billionaire bunker that I just described, as well as all the neighborhoods that I also just described. But this didn't exist 10 years ago, and now it's the spot to be. And there are all types of similar upscale shopping centers and retail and restaurants that are being built around here to cater to these high net worth individuals. But West Boynton, West Delray, West Boca is not the sleepy town that people once thought it was. This is not where your grandmother came to die. This is where the high net worth, ultra rich are coming to get privacy and security, which will absolutely have a material impact on the values of all the surrounding areas too, which includes 7 Bridges. Massive second wave of appreciation is coming there. We've got Long Lake Estates, big lots, old money, privacy, billionaire adjacent gold mine. And while this list is quite lengthy, it is absolutely not complete. There are so many different markets that are very close to this, hyper-local markets that are going to trade in parity with the uptick in values of the area. You've got the Rivage, tiny supply, high barrier to entry, and explosive comps. You've also got Rio Poco and Horseshoe Acres. And the huge lots and huge land masses in those two communities make both of them absolutely future winners. And keep in mind, there is no more land to develop, so these neighborhoods are going to appreciate at a much higher velocity than other markets. But that also includes parts of West Boynton, Canyon Isles, Canyon Springs, Canyon Trails, the Valencia communities that are out there. All of them will feel the effects of the rising tide lifting all home values. This is the reverse tsunami of wealth. The wave doesn't hit the beach, it rises from the interior. But if you think about the psychology of the ultra-rich, people think that billionaires want attention. They don't. But what they do want is security, distance, control, quiet, predictability, anonymity, and on the beach, they get none of that. In this inland fortress, they get all of that. And as their priorities change, South Florida's real estate landscape is being rewritten in real time, right now. This is not random, this is not temporary, this is a new blueprint for wealth migration. Which I suspect begs the question, what does this mean for regular buyers? Because, let's face it, you're not going out there and buying a $25 million estate home, but you don't need to. The play is simple. Buy near the hidden community, not inside it, beside it. Because the appreciation wave will hit Boca Bridges, Lotus, Seven Bridges, the Oaks, Meisner Country Club, Long Lake Estates, and the Canyon neighborhoods in West Boynton. And it's gonna happen before most people even know why. This is how regular buyers get ahead in today's market. Identify the billionaire bunkers, and then buy homes in the rings of the neighborhoods that are around them, and continue to hold as wealth migrates inward. And get ready to profit from the massive demographic surge. And don't take my word for it, just ask anybody who ever lived in California. This is exactly how early investors made their fortunes around Hidden Hills in LA and Coral Ridge in Fort Lauderdale. And today, right now, despite what you may have seen on CNBC or Headline News or on some YouTube fear porn channel, we're seeing these dynamics play out right now today in the Florida housing market. And here's the thing that no news outlet is going to tell you: the billionaire migration is not a trend. It is a response to security threats, to surveillance, to insurance collapse, and to climate risk. And because none of these problems are going away anytime soon, the migration is not stopping. It's just begun. And you can expect that more gated compounds will be built. More stars will disappear inland, and more CEOs will relocate their families and businesses into protected areas and zones. And you can bet your sweet bippy that more high-end buyers will follow that pattern, because the trend is their friend and they're smart enough to know it before most people do. And every community between West Delray, Boca Raton, and West Boynton is going to see demand rise faster than the rest of the state of Florida. Because it is factually true, there are many markets within the state of Florida that are getting absolutely hammered. But none of the cities that I just described are suffering from anything remotely close to that. In fact, if you've been listening at all, you realize it's quite the opposite. So if you're thinking about buying, investing, or even timing the market in Florida, this billionaire migration is just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. Because right now, as we speak, Florida is also on the verge of a massive tax overhaul that could absolutely change affordability in the state. And local politicians hate it. And if you'd like to learn more about what that is, then please click the video that is in the corner and you can learn more. And if you're interested in learning more about how to radically reduce your income taxes by using real estate as an investment tool, then please check out the other video on the other side. And I promise I will not let you down. Now, I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. If you're thinking about buying, selling, relocating, investing in South Florida or really anywhere in the state of Florida, and you need a full-time, full-service real estate team of real estate and mortgage professionals who can advocate for you the right way to ensure you find your dream home, dream lifestyle, and negotiate the best deal possible, irrespective of market conditions, then please reach out, Chris Igoe, 561-516-2442, so we can help you max out South Florida living to the fullest. Until next time, peace!